that. Today we are going to be talking about how to pick your bridal party.
It's a conundrum for a lot of people. So, if you're struggling with choosing your bridal party, hopefully this will help you. How many bridesmaids/groomsmen do you think you should have? How many do you have?
I have 6 bridesmaids.
And how many does Matthew have?
4?
So, you don't have to have the same number of bridesmaids and groomsmen.
No, you don't.
Because that's like a weird tradition. Tradition, even though we don't really care about tradition over at the Confetti girls, tradition says that you should have 1 bridesmaid and groomsman for every 50 guests.
What?
Allegedly. From like the dark ages when this
No way.
when people used to do weddings by like tick the box and do everything properly.
Oh my God.
That's what they say. But these days I think it's more like just pick your friends and your sisters and whoever you like.
I don't think it really matters. I think you just sort of like pick who you want. I had a big thing on an even number though.
Yeah.
This is only because I have a thing about symmetry.
Oh, okay.
And
Makes sense.
I wanted
3 on one side and
photos,
3 on the other,
for like walking around to be 3-3.
There's 2 things I think you should consider though. Number 1, if you're having a really small wedding, like maybe you're only having 30 guests, you probably don't want to have 10 bridesmaids.
No.
Because that will be a bit weird. And the other thing to consider is the more bridesmaids you have, the more it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Because you have to buy them all a dress, you have to buy them all shoes, you have to buy them all flowers.
Yeah.
You have to buy them all a thank you gift. You might have to like quickly add that to the budget. You might be getting all the hair and makeup done. So
Yeah. And also maybe accommodation if you're going to supply that.
yeah. And the more people you have, the more likelihood there is for drama.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not going to have them in the same dress, which is a whole other drama if you've got to get them to all like the same dress, even if you're not doing that, there's just more people to organise.
Yeah.
So I only had 3.
Oh.
My 2 sisters and my best friend at the time.
Oh, nice one.
And you're having 6. So do whatever you like.
How do you pick your bridesmaids? So I picked my 2 sisters and then I would deem them as like my best friends or like... it's a hard one because there's a difference I feel between your best friends and the people that you deem as most reliable. So I have friends that I'd say I've known for years and years and years. However, I might not see them as much these days, and there might be a particular person that is a new friendship and you see them all the time and you deem them as like a really good friend. One of my oldest friends, Emma, doing it, so I've known her since I was at high school. 2 friends that I met at university, one of which is like my bestest friend, and then the 4th bridesmaid, she doesn't know right now, but I'm going to ask my friend Josie to be my 6th bridesmaid.
You better ask her before this video goes
Oh,
out.
I will. Only because like this last year we've become really super close and I see her every single day and I feel totally bad. Like, and like you are like literally like one of my most reliable and good friends to me now. So I'm going to ask her.
I think you have to think about who's going to be reliable as
Yeah.
well. It sounds a little bit cutthroat, but if someone's like a bit of a flake or they've always got a drama, maybe you don't really want them to be a bridesmaid.
They might be like one of your closest friends or like a good friend of yours, but if you know that they're going to be a bit dodge.
Because bridesmaids are there not just to wear a nice dress and stand there, but to help you plan the wedding and be there on the day.
And help you through like...
Everything
and be there for you because it's your special day and you need, I say like a girl gang.
Or a girl and boy gang, because you could
yes, that's
you could
very
have
true.
mixed bridal party. You don't just have to have girls, you can have boyfriends.
This leads me on to my next point
is
should children be part of your bridal party? And now I've got quite a controversial view on this.
I bet we have the same view.
I got grilled for not allowing my nieces to be bridesmaids. My reason behind it leads to my previous statement, which was I want my bridesmaids to be my girl squad, my girl gang that are going to help me out. I don't think children are can do that.
They're not up to the job.
They can't do that.
If you're not going to do it right, then you're not allowed to do it.
I don't want kids being my bridesmaids because I don't feel like they could do the bridesmaid duties. And I know that some people feel differently about this. So
if you've got your own kids, you might want them,
Or like flower girls and stuff, that's completely different because they literally scatter petals. And I know that it kind of upset them, and my sister was a little bit annoyed. Don't feel like you owe them something just because they're children and they need to feel special. This is like the one thing, like...
At the end of the day, it's your wedding.
It's my wedding
day.
day.
Be a dick about it.
And I know what kids are like. They're like, oh, I want to be a centre of attention. But it's like, no. So
I agree. We didn't have any children at our wedding.
Really?
Yep. No, that's a lie. We had 2 because my mum's brother came from Ireland and they were both babies.
Okay.
And they weren't there in the ceremony because we didn't want crying babies.
No.
But literally, we didn't have any children at the wedding because me and Gareth, my husband, don't really like children. We don't want children. We're not really children people. And the best man's wife didn't come to the wedding because he wouldn't invite her kids. And they fell out about it for years afterwards.
Oh.
But they're divorced now, so...
My sister, Kerry, if you're watching this, she promised my nieces, though, that I would take them on a spa day because they're
What,
not...
without asking you?
Yeah, because they weren't bridesmaids and that would make them feel special. I said to them...
my God.
I said to their faces, I am not doing that.
You can get that out of your head right now! The next point is picking the dresses or the outfits. So,
yeah.
first of all, bridesmaids these days do not have to wear the same dress.
No.
It's actually, I'm seeing it's much more common for them not to wear the same dress. I think
Yeah.
people are tending to realise that, we all have different shaped bodies and
Yeah.
not everybody suits the same colour. And I think it looks awesome when bridesmaids wear different dresses. As long as you have something that ties them together.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the same material or the same shape or they're all carrying the same bouquet or the same shoes.
Yeah, or they're the same colour and different styles.
Yeah. So for my friend Sophie is getting married in September and we all just have to wear a grey maxi dress. So
Very good.
that's nice. And for my sister's wedding last summer, we all wore the same dress in different colours.
I like seeing it where they have the same material or like pattern or colour in different styles. I think that's really cool.
So some short, some long.
I've done it where I basically picked a dress that came in 2 different colours and slightly different style.
Yeah.
So it was like the same brand, same dress as it were, but I think the only difference is it's got the same top, but the only difference might be just part of like one of the sashy bits that go down is slightly different. So I've got like a bright yellow and cream and then a pink and a purple, and I feel like those colours I feel like they work together. Like, I'm kind of going in like a weird fuck
Direction.
it kind of direction. And, you know, when all the bridesmaids came over to try them on, they loved them and they've tried.
That's good.
I was really worried that they'd be like, oh, I don't like the way it feels.
Yeah.
And this is where that thing is like, do you just say you've got to fucking wear it because it looks cool? Or do you take people's
opinions
into consideration? Like, where do you draw the line at that? What do you think?
I think you have to take people's considerations as long as they're not being just a diva for the sake of being a diva. But it's hard because you're paying for them. So you want them to be like you want to look, but they're your friends, so you don't want them to be like, I hate this dress and I hate her.
Yeah. My friend Ellie, when she got married and we were all bridesmaids, she basically put on like the group said, "This is the bridesmaid dress I've picked them. Just give me your sizes," and that was that. And
you didn't get a choice.
No,
and
we all looked great.
Oh, that's good.
But that's where I feel like, okay, there's a degree of maybe I'm slightly more on the opposite end where it's like I have an idea of how I want my bridesmaids to look. I want them to wear this because I want them to wear that.
But if they'd all looked hideous in them, you wouldn't have picked them.
No. I basically picked a dress. I thought about all the different body shapes and I was like, what dress is going to suit every single body shape?
Yeah.
And then I found it and it did. So in that respect, I suppose I was, nice. Who's the fashion blogger here?
See my vision!
Who should pay for the outfit?
I think the bride/parents of the bride, whoever's paying for the wedding, should pay for the outfits, especially if they're choosing them. Unless your budget is super tight and you're like, okay, just wear whatever you like, and just has to be a black dress, for example, and then you have no control over what they wear, then they can pay for it, because then they might pick something they'll wear again. Maid of honour / best man, what's the deal? Do you have to have them? What are they for?
I think you should. Yeah. I like the idea of that. Because I like the idea of there being a ringleader and you're not about.
You need someone to control the rabble.
Yeah, and I feel like it's really great. Like, Ellie's my maid of honour because Ellie is like my best and most reliable and organised friend. My sister Hayley got a bit annoyed at me because I didn't ask her to be maid of honour. And I went, Hayley, you cripple under any kind of
You
pressure.
would be rubbish at this job.
I love you, but you wouldn't be great. And Ellie is an organisation queen. Ellie also knows me and Matthew really well. Like, we've been on couples holidays and stuff together, so she knows us as a couple and it's great. But yeah, they're good there because they obviously arrange the hen do and they're there on the wedding day to make sure everything's running properly, and they're just like your wingman. My longest friend, I'd been friends with her since the beginning of secondary school, and when we got married, I didn't ask her to be a bridesmaid. And the reason is we were having quite a small wedding. I just wanted my sisters and my one friend, and
we were like, it wasn't like anything against her. We were just like, I don't really want a whole trapes of bridesmaids, so I'm just going to have my 2 sisters, my best friend, and the quarter. And because Gareth was only having a best man, he didn't have groomsmen either.
Okay,
So I thought,
yeah.
if I have 4 and he has 1, it's just going to look weird. She had such a shit fit about not being a bridesmaid that we fell out for like 6 months.
No!
It was all right in the end, and then she came to the wedding, and we're not friends anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes people can be really funny about not being a bridesmaid or maid of
Yeah,
honour, and it's difficult.
yeah.
Organising other people's feelings is tricky.
Yeah.
Do you have to get your bridal party gifts?
I think I might, yeah.
I think you should.
Just a little thank you.
It doesn't have to be expensive. Actually, my sister made us these
What are they?
earrings.
Oh, they're nice. How should you ask someone to be your bridal party?
I just asked. It was rubbish. I was just like, I'm going to be a bridesmaid. They were like, yeah.
I kind of, a mixture of texts and asking on nights out when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I am going to do it properly, and I am going to get everyone a card saying, will you be my bridesmaid, with like a nice bunch of flowers, and invite them over very, very soon and do it properly.
Oh, that's
because I feel like, because it's coming up to the wedding now and everything is sort of going on.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a little girly evening and do that, you know.
I actually think boys do it. I'd imagine they just go,
I've got my you want to be my man?
are you going to write a nice speech? Can you include your pets in your bridal party?
Yes.
Are you having Barney and Lola wearing little outfits?
Well, this is my idea. So my bridesmaid dresses are quite long, so I'm going to have to get them altered. So any scraps of material, I'm going to save them and wrap Lola up in it. And
Not
then
her whole body, just like a bow.
No, I'm going to make a little dress.
Oh my god!
Right, and then with Barney, I'm just going to get him a little dog tux.
Well, that's it, I think. I
Yeah.
think we've covered a lot of points.
We have. If
Well.
there's any more questions or any more discussion
Put them down
starters,
there.
put them in the comments. We'll either answer them or we'll even do another video based on it.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.